this is a message for everyone in the raw food, natural food, raw vegan community, online, offline, natural hygiene, nature cure, all these people that basically ascribe to the same kind of principles diet-wise. But my message is that fasting is not a lifestyle, and fasting is not, what's the phrase I want to use? Fasting is not the goal, and it's not the lifestyle. The goal of this lifestyle is not to fast, and it's not to have a life where you're fasting every year or every week. The goal of the lifestyle is that your lifestyle has been, and your diet has been refined to the point that you don't need to fast, or you don't feel the need to fast. Whether maybe everyone should fast, I don't know. But fasting is dangerous. Really, and let's all be honest here, it really can be dangerous. And when you see people online posting pictures celebrating their ridiculously long fasts, unsupervised, you have to ask yourself, who's cheering this person on to do this? Fasting is not the lifestyle, it's not the goal is not to fast. This is not an anorexia lifestyle. Anorexia is for people who are on an unhealthy diet. It's for people that are eating the foods that we are not designed to eat, so no wonder many people have eating disorder issues. It's not for raw vegans. Under-eating is not for this lifestyle. It's one of the worst things you can hear is when people on forums online, I'm sure they're not intentionally trying to hurt anyone or give people bad advice. I'm sure there's no intention of harm at all. But when people are telling people to eat less, in regards to a raw vegan diet, then, sorry I'm walking around so much, but I'm just trying to find the best place to stand. I think here's probably best, white background. So when that annoys me, because the person doesn't know what they're talking about, and because so many people naturally undereat on a raw vegan diet, when someone then gives advice to eat less, then they're just contributing to a really bad situation, Fasting is not the lifestyle. I just want to keep saying that. It's not this is not a goal to continue to fast, to aim to fast, to try and fast so much. And what really worries me is when people think let's fast, or I'm going to fast, and when people start to think thoughts of, especially like quasi-spiritual or religious thoughts, like, yeah, I'm being guided to do this fast. I'm being guided to continue. My body's telling me. This is all nonsense. Your body's not telling you anything. I hate all that's rubbish. The people that say, "Oh, my body told," your body's never not. Listen, if you take in alcohol or something like that, yeah, your body's not going to want to eat. If you take in something toxic, for sure your body's not going to want to eat. If you're sick, yeah, I can understand that the body's going to turn off the signals that maybe make a person feel like eating and all this stuff. I get it. But that's not going to last like 30 days. It's just, or very rarely, And I'm not talking here about people who do supervised water fasts or go to places where they have people watching them. But even in these places, it's a huge risk. And people have to sign waivers and all the rest of it to basically say, yeah, I could possibly die here. It's an extreme thing. And I've never done, like I've in my 5 years of a raw vegan, but before that, vegan before that and vegetarian, doing all sorts of dietary experiments over the years and all the rest of it. I've maybe fasted like 2 or 3 days, and definitely in the transition to raw vegan, there was times when I didn't desire to eat, and I followed that feeling and everything else. But there's just people online who I just feel that they're taking maybe not people online, I don't want to particularly single out people, but just over the years you see people posting pictures of themselves, and it's like you're kind of thinking, is this fasting or is this anorexia? Like that's the issue to me. That's the line when I'm thinking, this, if you're going to fast, if you've had an eating disorder, fasting is no go. You should not fast. And there's people that I've met, and there's people that have been at the fruit festival and stuff, and I'm not singling anyone out, or I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable about it or anything, but if you have a history of eating disorders to the point that you've been hospitalised and stuff like that, you need to realise that fasting is not for you. Fasting, you've done enough fasting in your life. And I don't want to, I'm not laughing about it, I'm really not laughing at it. I think it's the most serious thing. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate seeing this stuff happen. That's why, as much as people used to really criticise and do criticise Harley and Freely when they were a big part of the raw vegan movement, and some people don't like the way that they did the lifestyle, everything else, but there was never one time that they allowed anyone to believe that that under eating was a good thing, and I would say that they've probably played a good part in stopping a lot of people, but discouraging a lot of people from going towards under eating and going towards trying to become really skeletal and really thin and everything else. The goal of this lifestyle is for you to live your life. It's actually to be normal. It's not to be a Superman or a Superwoman or be super thin or anything. It's actually to be able to live your life unimpeded by any negative health consequences that your diet or lifestyle is giving you. It's to give you a platform on which to live the rest of your life and do all the other things. And it can be a challenge to develop that platform and change as a person and all that stuff, and change your habits and change your diet. That is a hassle. It can be difficult, but it can also be the simplest thing in the world once you've got it going. But what it isn't is a kind of magical mystery tour down doing every kind of fast known to man. Dry fasting is dangerous as well, and I know that I've got friends that have done 7-day dry fasts. I've got friends that have went, or at least they say to me that they've went for more than basically 7 days without water, without food, and I think it's possible. I don't know if on any level it's required or good or better. I've no idea why people that have been raw vegan for like 25, 30 years are continually and still doing, you know, long-term water fasts or dry fasts or anything, you know, as part of the lifestyle. I don't understand any of that, you know, this, and well, I do, and people get obsessed with the idea of cleanliness and obsessed with being perfect and obsessed with toxins, and some people get whacked out on every documentary going, you know. All of a sudden they're not drinking the water, so they'll only drink special water or bottled water. They'll only drink hydrogenated, hydroxide, blah blah blah, some whatever water they've been told, reverse osmosis or whatever. Some people buy £5,000 systems to clean their water without realising that that's what the bloody water companies are doing before it gets into your taps. Like, they are cleaning it. It is being cleaned. It's being made fit for human consumption. Nothing's perfect in this life, you know. But people clean out their water and then eat crap food. Makes the water system, the water being cleaned up, is making no difference. They're eating a terrible diet. That's what's making all the difference to their health. The clean water's doing nothing. The cleaner water, you know, it's making no difference. Fluoride in the water, chlorine in the water, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it's regulated to the point that it is non-toxic to people. They don't put a concentrated dose of this stuff in everyone's water to kill them. That's just ridiculous that people think these things. So this is a rant, but I really want it's a rant that I want people to take serious. Stay away from some of these people that are advising things like this. Stay around guys like me that have, you know, a little bit of fat on the bone. Like, I'm on a raw vegan diet for like 5 years. I could lose a bit of weight, you know, and there's reasons for that. But I've also been really skinny on this diet as well. But I've never had any eating disorder issues. I've never had any of that. So I will say I can't fully empathise with it. I don't want people to feel like I'm being insensitive with everyone or anything else. But I hate seeing it. And when I see people posting things, I get that sense. This is like an eating disorder thing, and I hate it. And I hate it when people are giving them all encouragement. Like, yeah, brilliant. Yeah, keep on fasting. Get that, you know, keep on cleaning, get those parasites out and all that rubbish, you know. Parasites, you're not going to get rid of all these. Parasites are in your mouth. In every single part of your body you have parasites and little who knows what stuff living in you, living on you, living all over you. Just relax, you know. Shitting them out by drinking toxic stuff. It's, I don't know, I'm getting a bit thingy here, but that's what you kind of get on this channel. It's not really edited, but I'm just thinking of my experiences of being online, these forums, being at the fruit festivals. It was definitely at an event where there was basically a bunch of us could hear there was a girl, you know, throwing up in one of the toilets. She was going around asking people, you know, is it really, I feel like we're eating too much, we should eat less. Was at a festival in Spain, a Spanish festival, and their kind of rule at the Spanish festival or whatever is that no one's teaching or no one's leading, or I don't know exactly what it is, but basically there's no teacher there, there's no whatever. And so they're having a breastfeeding discussion group, and this French guy gets up and starts telling everyone, if you're all eating too much, you're all eating way too much fruit, you know, in front of all these people. in front of virtually everyone at the festival, this guy starts going this tirade. And later on, I don't, maybe it was at the same time or maybe it was later on, I don't know, I was like shouting at the guy, like, what the hell are you talking about? You're telling all these people to eat less. None of them are eating enough. And for all he knows, some of them have eating disorders and all the rest of it. So I'm quite passionate about this because it's, I hate this, there's something about eating disorders that's so kind of sneaky and nasty, like it's so damaging to people. It's so damaging, it's so consuming. It's so, like, it's so focused on your, like the person has become so focused on themselves or something, like, I don't know what it is. And I do feel sorry for people, but you know, I don't have the experience or the knowledge really to speak about that. You know, I can't really necessarily help you out, but I definitely would say don't go towards fasting. You know, and anyone who's coming into this lifestyle, and I would maybe people have real digestive problems. That's the difference, because eating anything is really painful or hard for them. So that's different, right? I can understand that, and they maybe need some more time to fast or heal or do a program or whatever, or do mono, you know, like a fruit island for an extended period of time. But most people shouldn't be glorifying fasting and trying to continue to fast, trying to continue to do water fast. John Rose, who quite like the guy in many ways, but then he kind of talks like it's an achievement, like, oh, I've done 100 juice fasts or whatever he talks about. I've done this and I've done that, and I've done so many fasts and so many juice fasts and so many juice cleanses. Just like, so what? Do you know what I mean? So what? The genius of this, the people that, the aim, the goal, the genius of this is making it a lifestyle that you can live. That is what the revolution of the 80-10-10 diet was, and the way that book was written, and the people that followed that and followed Doug's advice. The genius of all that was that he made the diet possible as a lifestyle, and what was missing was people weren't eating enough. So all this history of natural hygiene and all the people out there, you can talk about Herbert Shelton, and you can talk about T.C. Fry, and you can talk about Kenneth Jaffrey and the Thompsons in Scotland, and all these people that are seen as these leaders and these Dougal Semple and whatever, going back, Arnold Ehret, all these people. All of these people, they're all leaders and they're all pioneers and they're all great teachers in many ways. Not one single one of them could do this lifestyle that they proposed, that they promoted. None of them could do the diet as a lifestyle long term. Not one of them. Not one single one of those guys worked out how to do the diet as a lifestyle long term. Maybe T.C. Fry, but he wasn't really living 100% raw vegan diet as far as I'm aware. Doug Graham actually has written down how to do it, and many people have been able to follow it. So whether you follow it perfectly or not or whatever else, the really hard thing, the thing that is the achievement is to do it as a lifestyle long term. That is the goal, that is the amazing thing. If you can do it as a lifestyle long term, not can you do a fast, not can you do a bit of juicing every now and again when you feel bad, you know, not can you go for a few days on fruit and then go back to whatever else you were doing, but can you do it long term as a lifestyle and thrive? that's the goal. That's what people are trying to work out how to do, because they know that, or because they want to experience the best health possible. That's what I think the aim is all about. So I hope you've enjoyed some of this video. I'm going to cut it here. I feel quite energized by this, so I'm going to make another video right after this. But subscribe, comment below, let me know your thoughts. We've got a nice little forum going in the UK Fruit Fest community forum. You can go there and you can and we'll have some debates there. But take care of yourself, and just take care of yourself, and see you in the next video.